Good morning everyone. In this channel, I will be discussing about an interesting subject, chemistry. In this video, we will be discussing what is chemistry, its classification, what are chemical compounds, and how can we classify these chemical compounds. So, initially, what is chemistry? Generally, when we come across this question, what is chemistry, we used to get the answer like it is the study of chemicals, or when we ask someone what is chemistry, generally we used to get the answers like this is the subject that deals with chemicals. That's fine, I'll agree with that definition, but the question is, what are chemicals? Chemistry is the subject that deals with chemicals. Okay, now what are chemicals? In general, when we talk about chemicals, what will run in our mind is the substances that are used in laboratories to perform experiments, or else the substances that are used in certain industries, that may be food industry, pharmaceutical industry, fertilizers, etc. So when we talk about chemicals, these things will come into our mind. If we observe whether this term chemicals, is it belongs to these substances what we use in laboratories, or the substances what we use in particular industries to prepare such formulations? If we think so, then the term chemical will be restricted to these laboratories or the industries. Is it actually means, that means is the term chemical is restricted to laboratories or industries only, or this term whether it is having a wide range of definition? To know this, we should know the origin of the term. So the term chemistry or chemical, it is originated from an Arabic word, alchemy. So the term chemistry or chemical is originated from an Arabic word, alchemy. This Arabic word alchemy means conversion or transformation, or simply we can say change. The Arabic term alchemy means conversion or transformation, or simply we can say change. So chemical is the substance that will undergo change, and chemistry is the subject that deals with changes. So the definition for chemistry will be the subject that deals with the changes, and the definition for the chemical will be the substance that will undergo change. Now, if we observe in universe, everything now or some other day, everything will undergo change. So whatever the matter may be, that may be the living thing or non-living thing, someday it will undergo change. So everything that exists in the universe can be considered as a chemical, no matter whether it is living thing or non-living thing. So whatever undergoes change, that substance will be considered as a chemical. So now we can conclude that the term chemical, it is not restricted to the substances that we use in the laboratories, and it is not restricted to the substances that we use in industries to prepare certain formulations. But the term chemical means the thing that will undergo change, and the subject chemistry that deals with the changes the chemicals will undergo. That means the substances that will undergo changes. Now, how this chemistry will be classified? In general, we used to study organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, biochemistry, medicinal chemistry, surface chemistry, atomic chemistry, physical chemistry, etc., etc., etc. So based on the changes, the type of substances that undergo changes, we will classify chemistry as organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, biochemistry, medicinal chemistry, surface chemistry, atomic chemistry, and physical chemistry. See here, organic chemistry means the changes that are occurring in organic compounds. Inorganic chemistry will study about the changes that are occurring in inorganic compounds. Biochemistry means the changes that are occurring in biomolecules. Medicinal chemistry means changes occurring in medicinal compounds. Surface chemistry, that means the changes on the superficial area. Atomic chemistry, changes at atomic levels. Physical chemistry means the changes, the physical changes. So based on the properties or the compounds that will undergo change, based on that property we have classified chemistries into different classes like organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, biochemistry, medicinal chemistry, surface chemistry, atomic chemistry, physical chemistry, etc., etc., etc. So many different chemistries we have. Now, what are the chemical compounds? Just now we have discussed that the term chemical indicates the substance that undergoes change. The term chemical indicates the substance that undergoes change. So chemical compounds are nothing but the compounds which will undergo change. So whatever the compound that undergoes change can be considered as a chemical compound. That means the matter. So we know the definition of matter. Everything that is having particular mass and occupies some space can be considered as a matter. So in the universe, everything will undergo change. So matter, we can consider it as a matter. So matter can be considered as chemical. So chemical compound means the substance that will undergo change, the compounds that will undergo change. Those compounds can be considered as chemical compounds. Now, how these chemical compounds are classified? See, a scientist named Lamre, in his famous publication, he classified these chemical compounds based on their origin as the compounds that are originated from minerals, compounds that are originated from vegetables, compounds that are originated from animals. Later, after Lamre, another scientist named Lavoisier he identified that the compounds that are derived from vegetables and animals, they are having similar properties. And this discovery of Lavoisier encouraged the scientists who are working on the classification of these chemical compounds a lot. So, apart from this classification in chemistry, most probably when we talk about chemical compounds, we used to come across two terms: organic compounds and inorganic compounds. So, the chemistry of organic compounds will be considered as organic chemistry, whereas the chemistry of inorganic compounds will be considered as inorganic chemistry. Now, what are these? What are organic compounds, or what is organic chemistry? What are inorganic compounds, or what is inorganic chemistry? If we observe the term organic compound or organic chemistry, so here we came to know that chemistry means the subject that deals with the changes, whereas organic indicates a living organism. So, from this derivation, we can conclude that organic chemistry is the subject that deals with the changes that are occurring in living organism. But literally, when we talk about organic chemistry, it is defined as the chemistry of carbon atoms. Sorry, carbon compounds. So, this is the literal definition for organic chemistry, whereas this is the derived definition for organic chemistry. So, now what is the relation between this carbon atom and the living organism? Whether is there any relation between this carbon atom and this living organism? If there is no relation between this carbon atom and this living organisms, then either of these definitions will be wrong. Either this definition should be wrong or this definition should be wrong. But if we observe carefully, according to the derivation, we are getting this definition, whereas literally this definition is the approved definition. So, this indicates that there is a relation between the carbon atom and a living organism. What is the relation now? To know that, we should know the origin of the living organisms. So, in the earlier days, scientists, they have attempted to identify what's exactly happening inside a living system. In that attempt, scientists they divided this living system into organ systems and they found that organ systems are made up of organs are made up of tissues are made up of cells are made up of cell organelles, and these cell organelles at the atomic level, they are made up of carbon atom. So finally, scientists came to know that the living organism or living system, it is made up of carbon atom. So as carbon atom is responsible for the formation of living system, this carbon atom can be considered as the organic atom, and the carbon compounds will be considered as organic compounds. As the living system is made up of carbon atom, if any change is occurring inside the living system, that change represents the change in the carbon compounds. In other words, we can say if any change occurs with the carbon compounds that are present inside the living system, that change will be appeared physically or physiologically inside the living system. So that any change we observe in the living system, that may be physically or physiologically, that will be due to the change in the carbon compounds that are present inside the living system. That is the reason why we call these carbon compounds or carbon atom as the organic atom or the organic compounds. So now this is the definition for organic chemistry. Why we call chemistry of carbon atoms as organic chemistry means this carbon atom is responsible for the formation of living system. That is the reason why we call these carbon compounds as organic compounds, and the organic chemistry will be considered as the chemistry of carbon compounds. Now, classification of organic compounds. So these organic compounds, based on their appearance, they are classified into two categories: open chain compounds, closed ring compounds. So these open chain compounds, based on their saturation, again they are classified into saturated compounds and unsaturated compounds. Both of these saturated compounds and unsaturated compounds, they are again classified into straight chain compounds, branched chain compounds. That means straight chain saturated compounds, straight chain unsaturated compounds, branched chain saturated compounds, and branched chain unsaturated compounds. So in saturated compounds, alkanes will come under as examples, whereas for unsaturated compounds, alkenes and alkynes can be discussed as the examples. Whereas closed ring forms, these closed ring forms, based on their composition, they can be classified into homocyclic rings, heterocyclic rings. So both of these homocyclic and heterocyclic rings, based on their saturation, they can be classified into unsaturated rings and saturated rings. That means unsaturated homocyclic ring forms, unsaturated heterocyclic ring forms, saturated homocyclic ring forms, saturated heterocyclic ring forms. So these unsaturated ring forms, they may be homocyclic or heterocyclic ring forms, based on one specific character, they are classified into aromatic rings, non-aromatic rings. Then these aromatic rings again they are classified into benzenoid compounds and non-benzenoid compounds. So this is the classification of organic compounds. In the next video, we will be discussing about the nomenclature of these organic compounds. Thank you.